friends. I'm Angie.
I'm Michelle.
And we're doing a two-parter on this whole channeled Loki versus Lokaous versus Markus session that we just did.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of good information.
Yes.
We want you to please get the information. It's just a very long, but very important.
Absorb it. Again, we don't want to give the Ooman a headache. But I just think this video was crazy. So this is crazy
We're
stuff.
going to leave it. We're going to leave it on that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy stuff.
Enjoy the rest of this crazy stuff.
Enjoy.
We love you.
What's happening now?
Okay.
What I do?
Trying to fix
I love my son. Why would I?
Right.
I love both of them. I've said that before. I love the both of them.
Lokaous just said that you taught him to love
Yeah,
and
like
respect
love and
everybody.
help. Yeah.
But he doesn't really love and respect Loki. And so why is that? Because he's saying it stems from how he was raised, which would be you. So what is this?
Oh. All right. Well, let's go to the nitty-gritty here. Everything is beautiful, and I taught him to see everything in light and love. I made sure knew who she was. I made sure he knew who she was at all the time. Loki stole her from me. I had to search for her because his energy stole my female energy from me. And I don't know where she's at. I can't find her. I have to look for her. The minute his energy came around, I told her he's going to be trouble. Twin flame. Be trouble. She's not mine. But I protected her as such. And then when I felt this isolation when she left, and here I am. And then the next thing I hear, she's in a devastating, dire human circumstance, dying. And he tells me, the last thing I want you to do is raise my child, because I don't mean nothing like me. And I agreed. I'm like, the first common good thing you've said. And here she is. And I said, you stay out of my realm. I'm taking her, and I'm taking the child, but I don't want you anywhere near me. I feel that was not a bad thing. He rejected me. He took away my female energy. He hid my female energy. What energy would steal my female energy? What was my energy? Not mine, but what made me whole. He took a part of me and tore me apart. Everything was not beautiful for me for some time. And it was like I was incarnated. This is an energy. This is not a life, it's an incarnation. He took my energy.
I remember him saying at the beginning when he first started to channel for Michelle that the energy was taken from him. Also, it sounds like it's a mirror again. It sounds like another mirror.
It could be another mirror. All I can tell you is what he did. Energy-wise, people are probably all confused now. So I'll back up so they can get what I'm doing. Energy, a male and masculine energy, female energy.
Right.
Does not have to have a form. This is a form.
Right.
Does not have a form.
Right.
When a male and a female energy, it would make you whole. No matter how in the realm, if it's a girl and a girl, it don't matter. It's the same energies. You got to balance yourself.
Right.
Balance.
Right.
Well, my balance was taken. He took my balance. That energy took my balance. Yes, energies can kind of create other energies. Well, he was created, right?
Right.
You know, Atlantis and all of this other stuff happened. I'm way older than he is, which means you guys are way older than he is. Think of that. You're way older than he is. And that energy was hurt by the time it hit Atlantis. Atlantis was just, I don't know, he just maybe was tired of me. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But I gave him everything. I gave him everything he would have wanted. But I told him the one rule I had, don't take my female energy. Don't, but he took it. Defied me. She didn't defy me. He just kind of took it.
And Lokaous takes it too.
Yeah.
And that makes Loki mad also.
Loki totally hates when they share it, Michelle and you.
Right.
You could feel the jealousy happening. I'm sure that when Lokaous and him, you could feel that female, like it's my energy, no, it's my energy, no, it's my energy. And they fight for that energy.
Yeah.
It's the same aspect.
Right.
And I don't understand. But I do understand it. It's weird. I don't know. He wanted an aspect. And it's more, and it really wasn't Loki's idea. This was as when you were her idea. Let's make this, and he often says, when the baby was born, I scoffed at the
Like
baby.
the Shiva and Parvati?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because Parvati was the one that asked Shiva to come out of the cave and to teach the people his wisdom, because he had allowed her to use the energy. He taught her all kinds of things, and then it was her mission to want to teach people all that he knew.
Right, and I can't tell you anything until you address it. Yeah, now you see where I'm at.
And why he's in a cave.
Yeah, see?
There's a lot of caves.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And it's like everything's deeper and bigger than I ever thought.
Yes. Now does it all make sense to you? Why would I be how I am? Why would I be the way I am?
I don't think anything makes any sense to me all anymore.
Well, it won't.
I have an understanding that I wasn't aware of, I guess.
Well, let's just
I
say...
feel the more that I learn, the less I know.
You're not supposed to know.
Right.
I do. Out of all the cases, the most naive. And that, but
yes, that's what I think I learned from this channel, is that he is the most naive, but unaware of it. I think he needed to learn he had an ego.
I think he has his problem.
Yeah.
And that tick I'd have about Loki. I never sat and said what his dad did. I never once said that. But his dad just brings these horrible. I have the female back. I didn't want to feel Loki's energy. But you notice now I have accepted Loki.
Yeah.
Because she told me, she said, you're going to have to stop and bring, and I was the one that was just told, I gave Loki so many different whatever. I do love him. But maybe he pushes away because he knows maybe I really deep down don't, and I really have a problem, and I still have a problem with him. I love humans, I love everybody else, but they have not tried to hurt me. They have not tried to come at me. They have not tried to take things with my female. And anybody that knows this, energies, that's like stealing that's just wrong.
Your essence, your mojo.
To steal my essence from me. Steal it.
But he is of you, so wouldn't he have just as much right to that energy as you?
Well, I don't have a choice anymore.
Right.
No, he was supposed to find his own energy. He wasn't supposed to mingle with my energy. No. He was supposed to find his own energy. That's why he was created, to find his own energy, find his own path, his own way. But when he was created, my first thought is, oh no, they're twins. And it is a thing. And I knew. In fact, I just knew I was going to resolve what happened. I knew.
You manifested it.
I probably did manifest this, but I just knew. But I felt the connection on the energy.
Right.
And I feared my female energy. She was more of a warrior, she's more of I was always the peace-loving one. And he didn't want no part of that. He wanted to be, let's go on and do that. And I was like, no, let's teach love. The other children energies I have, they're still out. They were loving the peace and love. He was the one that just didn't want that. He wanted to be his own rebel like she was. He wanted to be like her and mirror her. He wanted to be everything like her. And then I knew something was wrong. And one day I go to find my essence, and she's gone. And I don't know where she's at. You remember, he is a rum jumper. I can't find him. You think, well, you can. No. If you mask energy, I can't. And I finally found it, and I was not happy. I wasn't. I hear him begging for me to forgive him. Prodigal son, come forgive me. I didn't forgive him, I forgave her. I didn't not forgive him, but I forgave her, and the child was innocent. I cannot take it. And he said, will you raise my child to be different to me? And I'm like, okay. That sounds perfect to me.
So what would this say to our viewers after we just did this prodigal son
video
of how the father accepts everybody back and celebrates? And now you're saying, with this one, I couldn't really do that. How do we justify that?
Well, we can't justify that. They can't be justified. I have to accept him. According to the laws of your divine, I would have to be accepting of him. Well, I have accepted him. He's in my realm, so I've had to accept him. And do I go running to him and hugging him and embracing my wounds? I have a lot of work myself I need to do to forgive.
I think you all have a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work.
Been through so much.
They have. They have. But my problem stemmed on the energy level way before Atlantis. And when I said energy 2 really didn't have a choice, he didn't have choices. He had choices at the beginning, then he chose not to have. I don't know. And he didn't have free will.
Right.
I couldn't save him at that point. Because as a father, you have to choose. I gave him free will to choose. but it wasn't fair to her that.
Right.
I had to watch his wings that tore, which tore me up. I had to watch her my whole life. You gotta remember, I could touch his arm and touch Lokaous' arm, and I could see everything. And you gotta know from a father's standpoint, and anybody can say they know their child is in pain and seeing all that pain in their eyes, it took me aback.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go through all of that, and he chose it. Now he is in that state where I can't get him back to where I want, and he may never go back. Maybe he will. I don't know. Do I try to love him? I want to. I do. But then I look at her, and I'm just like, I'm on my tippy toes, and he's going to do it again. And I told him his rule in my realm is you fail her once, I just destroy your energy. And I don't really care. I told him, I'll destroy you. And I got it. Well, I'll do that to him. I can't do that to who I am. I would never hurt her Lokaous. To him, I said, you can't. And I know that sounds judgy and horrible, but it's not. Look what he did to me first off. I forgive him, but he's on some limitations with me. He's got to earn that back with me. And as anybody, when a child comes back to you, and I'm sure you're giving them this boundaries, you're saying, do not disrespect me again. Do not do the same repeat. I will help you. Let's say they're on drugs or something. I'll take you to a rehab. You got to do the work. I will accept and love you under as long as you're under my roof. You do this. I thought of love, but just loving them. But the minute you leave, you still love them. You still want them back. Did you think that I was really happy when she left and he was left? I was upset.
Right.
Then to see the state he was in and she was in, and the prodigal son is the same way. This poor dad is wondering, where's my son?
Yeah.
And he probably, when he's sitting there, wasn't of peace. It was probably of all these worry.
Right.
He sounded like a wonderful dad, and he was scared. Where's my son? My son asked, and it's regardless if he asked for half that inheritance of his, he left, and he knows what he's doing with the money. He was a young man once.
Yes.
He knows exactly what's going on. But when his son came back, part of that is I don't want to hear, I've forgiven you, but the destruction in your eyes says enough to me. His pain probably said everything to his father. He sees all of that. He sees all of the pain in a human will carry. And he don't want this. I see the pain in Loki's eyes. That don't make me feel any good. But he made these choices. I didn't. I gave him everything. He could have had. These are the things he chose. I didn't choose it. So it goes with the prodigal son. With him as well.
It does. The spirit is like, yes, Lokaous is like the son, the older son that did everything right. And Loki's like the younger son that chose his own way.
And right, we are like the prodigal son. That's what you wanted to do. Why do you think I wanted to do the prodigal son? Why do you think I wanted to do the channel Lokaous?
Right.
This is for them to see.
Yes.
So they can see it playing out in front with us.
Oh, it's all the most insane stuff in the world.
It is, but it's a beautiful thing.
It
and
is.
it shows them how life unfolding with the prodigal son.
Yes.
And it shows that, we're all good energies, and I don't want people to think we're all terrible.
Right.
We all have, I don't have faults because of where I'm at. I don't have an ego. I don't have any of this. Might hurt, but I can't hurt.
Right.
I can hurt. Because in your essence, another part of you is like off. That's everything.
Right.
That was everything to me.
I bet.
My heart, that was everything. Part of my love is gone, and here I am I'm floating like, what? And I got these little energies with no female to raise, and it got me, and I had to be everything. I had to be it all. And he didn't realize what he took from me, and he took basically I exist because she existed. That's why I exist. I don't exist otherwise. He took what I cherish the most. And I have to remember he is part of me, part of her. So he just fell in love with the other part of himself.
Right.
And that's really what happened.
It is. And how beautiful is that? I mean, you guys are a beautiful energy. There's not another one really out there like it. You guys are very special. It is no wonder you love and fight each other as much as you guys do.
I love, but my love is just it's not angry anymore. I'm calm. But I give boundaries on it. I give boundaries. No, I don't give to humans.
Right.
Just to him.
Right.
He's the only one I have to give boundaries to. But he's kind of earned that, so I feel he can deal with my boundaries. He's actually closer than he ever was. I'm trying to work
everybody is getting closer.
He's at space. Well, it's like the second coming. Everybody's got to work their garbage out, and this is actually a good thing for people to watch, because you're watching here. You're watching all judgments. You're watching everything happen, and you can be the most loving, but it can hurt. When I woke up and she's gone, you don't even, and my son, you feel betrayed, you feel alone, but then you're going, part of me's dead because you don't know where they're at now.
Right.
You have no clue. And there was more to fear back in the days.
Oh yeah.
And when I looked at the page, then when taking Lokaous, I picked him up. I felt my son's pain, and part of me is like, just forgive him, take him home. And Michelle, she says, take him, please. Can we just take him? I don't know. And I probably betrayed her as well. She loved him,
Yes.
and I said, leave him in a squander. I don't want him. And she says, well, why would you do that? You're so loving. Why would you do that? And I was just more so consumed getting her back, getting this baby to safety. And I wasn't even thinking about him. I didn't want him.
How many of you out there can relate to this, to all these stories, to any of their stories? This is amazing. Fathers and sons and thievery. It's got everything. It's the most like intense spiritual drama that you can imagine. It's insane. But all of these are reflections of the human experience.
They're both reflections of me in some way.
Yes.
Because they're both, and I say they're my sons, they really are. There's the sun energy, and then that's his sun energy.
Yes.
It has him. And they both have her, both of them. They have this. And how do you love something so much as I love Lokaous, and he looks like him? It was like looking at a reflection every day. And it was a terrible reminder.
It's
And
also teaching you to love something that's difficult for you to love.
Well, I didn't want to at that time. I didn't want to. But that's how many people are out there. And I can honestly tell you, looking back, I do regret. Looking at the pain in Michelle's eyes was painful. She wanted the dad. And when, even worse, what I did in Loki was, to some degree, allowed back where I was at with her. She begged and begged and begged me. I said, okay, for her I would do anything. Not for him, but I brought him scars and all. Let his son see the scarred up person that was his father. And I said, this is your brother. I wouldn't even say I was his father. I said, that's your brother. He goes, where's my father? I said, well, that's not your father. He knew instinctively that was his father, but that's your brother. And I told him, this part of the rule. You're his brother. I'm not going to have it heard looking at you with a squander. And I immediately wasn't going to have it. And he had to say, I'm your brother. That was part of the rules. And when he couldn't handle it no more, before he left, he hugged me and said, I'm your father. I'm your real father. And he couldn't handle it. And Michelle cried. And she had to choose right then. I said, didn't choose, you drop part of him, or you choose
Treated
to
him like
stay with me.
Lazarus the beggar.
Yeah. And guess where she left? She left me again. She left me again. She left to go with him. And I just now got her back. I just now got her. And I found, you know how I found her? This is how I find her. She was in a situation a few months ago, and I won't give names, and there was a headboard involved, so I'm hoping his daughter's watching this, so to tell the truth, because I'm sure he's lied about this.
Yeah.
But I had not been around, and I felt her fear. I felt Lokaous asking for help. I felt my son asking for help. I felt Loki asking for help. I come through the vengeance, and I do have a part of me, Marquis. That is my Loki.
Yeah.
So don't mess with Marquis. That side will get you hurt. And I immediately come through like I was just going to go after this person going after her. First thing I'm going to do is go after him. And I hear Lokaous go, please, beautiful man, I don't know who you are, beautiful man, but please do not hit the man. And he said, there's circumstances. She could go to jail. I don't know what jail is, but that just does not good. But he just says, stop being a man. That's how I come back. That's in fear brought me back. That's how I found him again.
Yes.
And he was so relieved to have me there. And that was Marquis who saw come through. That was my other side of myself that came through.
Yes.
I said, don't you mess with me. I do have a duality.
Yes.
But that's how they came. I came through, defensive. So that situation resolved, thankfully.
Yeah.
And that, and I didn't mean to bring that up. If people know this person and they know what I'm talking about, I'm sure this person has lied about some stuff. And I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, but it makes me really angry.
Yeah.
So I love her, but that's how I came back. Fear brought me back.
Yeah.
Her fear. And I have been so happy to have her.
Yeah.
You know I'm so happy.
Yes.
Look at the videos. And
Yes.
everything is beautiful
Everything
again.
is beautiful
Part of
again.
it is not cut anymore.
Right.
I got my son. And I got my other son. And I'm trying to work it with him for her. And I'm doing it for her.
Good.
And for
She's
you.
worth doing it for.
She is, and it's all for you.
Yeah.
Well, and then the viewers, you're watching all of this.
Yeah.
Please learn something from this. This wasn't fun. None of the experience
No,
was fun.
this wasn't great. I don't recommend doing this again.
Well, we do it under
But
different circumstances.
under different circumstances.
Well,
not
maybe
without
next
so much
time.
tension.
Well, maybe
there
next
was a lot
time.
of tension.
Well, next time maybe Lokaous and me talking. It might be.
I don't want to dismiss Loki.
I'll see. Here we go.
Yeah, right. And that's not going to fix anything. We can't do that.
I know.
So I guess if I have to do it again, then I will do it again.
Well, next time we just have somebody sitting,
Yeah.
kind of
Someone
breaking it up.
Yeah.
We just break it up because Loki was getting a little bit hot, and I think the reason you came back, you were feeling hot. And
Oh yeah, it
He
was
wanted to
getting
come.
more and more uncomfortable.
the viewers can see.
Yeah.
That's that side of my, but that's my side.
Yeah.
That's Loki
Right.
is my Marky.
Right.
Michelle had a lot of that warrior in
Yes.
her. She was that Marky as well, which is why we fit so perfectly. But I hope this has helped
Yeah. So
everybody.
wow. Just I don't even know what to really say. Just wow. I hope that you think.
Yeah,
I hope these videos make you think.
I hope this one really makes you think.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
this one
still
makes
like,
you think.
look.
Now you know, like when Michelle after she channels.
Yeah.
She does this a lot.
Yeah.
She does this a lot. She lets us come out. Well, them two. I don't.
Yeah.
But these two come out. I want to bring Lokaous to
Okay.
end because he likes to end, and I just come out
All
to
right.
end to do the final. Okay. I'm
Okay.
back to end this weekend.
Yeah.
You need after all of this. I need to help you
Yeah.
finish it.
I'm a little.
Well, that's I want to
Yeah.
help. I'll help it. I want to tell the viewers, please watch and learn
Yes.
something here.
Please learn something here for sure.
Yeah, it was very for all of us. But
Yeah.
some things came out that we needed to address.
Right.
Well, we'll never totally do that, but it's okay.
So ask us questions if you have questions. Learn something, talk to someone, forgive someone, ask for a different perspective on things.
Don't judge because even your most divine energies you're seeing can be judgy.
Yeah.
We're
Just
divine,
wow.
we're divine beings, but I
Yeah.
found some things about myself.
Right.
So
So I don't know what our next video is going to be about.
Exodus.
Exodus. All that's right. We're going to do Exodus.
we know about Exodus.
Next. Whew. We hope you enjoyed this video.
And thanks for sharing everything with
Yeah.
us.
Know you are unconditionally
Oh,
loved.
you're most indeed, you're loved. You're most loved. You
And
are so loved.
Everything is
Oh, this is
beautiful.
beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's a tired.
Yeah, very tired. Love y'all. We'll see you in the next video.